Intuition functions differently for different people. We will receive transmissions more acutely very often through specific faculties than somebody else. So there are the typical clairs that we're used to hearing about. There's clairvoyance, whereby we see images or something visual when we're receiving an intuitive or psychic transmission. There's clairaudience, where we're hearing something. It might come through as sounds. Clairsentience, where we're experiencing something emotionally or physically in the body. And then there's claircognizance, which is receiving these hits as ideas or concepts. Now, I am more closely aligned with the latter variety. In the group readings workshops that I do quite regularly, when we're all reading for each other, specifically in my membership, I will often receive fully formed sentences that just come through as thoughts or ideas. Whereas another member in the group will almost always receive her psychic transmissions through her body. She will feel different physical sensations depending on the person that she's reading for. I had a best friend visiting me in Nosara last year, and she was coming to one of my group readings classes, and I was sure that she was going to experience her relationship with her team of guides and her channeling via physical sensations, because in all the time I've known her, she would say like, oh, I saw this person and I got a stomach ache, or I was thinking about doing this and I broke out and then I realized it was a bad idea. She would have these strong physical reactions, whereas that's something that I almost never have when I'm processing my intuition. It also kind of makes sense astrologically, because my moon is in Aquarius, and the moon is how we relate to the body and our feelings. And the Aquarius sign is an air sign, which is a more cerebral, idea-based element. And so it makes sense that I'm claircognizant. So I want to give you a really specific example of how my intuition operated with something yesterday. So I was invited to a birthday party, and I was imagining going there. And I had this visceral feeling of wanting to go up there on my quad. Now, my quad has been in the garage for about 2 months. And I even reflected to myself last week. I was like, you love your quad. It's been so inconvenient not having the vehicle. It's interesting that you haven't missed it more viscerally. It's kind of been like I accepted the inconvenience of it, but I didn't have this sensation of really like needing to have it. Yesterday, I imagined making that trip, and I just saw myself doing it on the quad. There was this sort of internal resistance to the idea of taking a tuk-tuk up there, like a sense of dread. I didn't think much more of it than that, and then I was teaching the little kiddos at the school, and my mechanic wrote me and he said, your quad is ready, which I completely did not expect at all. I ended up going to pick it up, and sure enough, I took it to the party last night. So in this example, there was a different range of faculties that were in play in terms of this intuitive hit of me having the quad to go to this party. I did have the physical sensation of driving. I did have the image of me making that drive on the quad. But I think that's what's really more specific to my intuition, how I've always been aware of how it operates, is that I can feel into or think into the plausibility of something. So when someone is sharing with me, let's say a client or a friend about a relationship, they might be quite excited, and I try to tune in to the longevity of that relationship. If there is not potential there, it's almost like I can feel that I don't see it going somewhere. Like I can't imagine the unfolding of that relationship over time. And I often won't share something like that because it cannot be helpful if someone's excited about it, but very often that's been extremely accurate. It's the same thing for myself. I could be trying to visualize my quad being repaired, but I can sometimes feel that result is in the distance. So yesterday, when I was imagining myself driving it to this party, it was like, oh, okay, suddenly me driving my quad again is back into the present moment. It feels reachable. It feels accessible. And so I don't quite know how to put this into words, but this is definitely, I guess, the superpower for me with intuition is if something feels accessible, within range, visceral, easy to imagine and conceptualize, as if it comes kind of quickly and easily to mind, there's an immediacy to it. That's how I know there's that plausibility and potentiality of it really happening. And so that's quite helpful when I'm working with clients, because I've often been able to sort of guide them and steer them, even based on the things that they tell me, to know what are the most fruitful paths and directions for them to take and where I might sense a dead end or a detour. But I really do know for a fact that people's intuitions function differently. And that's why my new Camino program is each to their own Camino. Your Camino will not operate the way mine does. And Camino is just a Spanish word for path or road or the way. How intuition operates is so unique for each person that until you develop your own superpower, you're not even coming close to maximizing the potential of tuning in to these little micro decisions, or sometimes majorly macro decisions, that will save you so much time and energy and bring you into alignment with your most purposeful path and becoming.